We're live.
Hell yeah, yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Rich Medic, and I'm here with
Ramiro.
Yup, and this is
Ramiro.
the Line in the Heart podcast. What is this, episode 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8, everything's
Um,
going great.
cool. Also, for anyone that doesn't know, his name is Kendall.
Oh my god, why would you say that?
We're 8 episodes in. Nobody knows your name.
Oh, they wanted to know? Yeah, that's my name.
Uh,
But you're welcome to
yeah.
call me Rich if you guys catch me in the streets or at a local con or something.
Yeah. If you catch him in the streets.
Yeah, I do be in the streets.
I
Mm-hmm.
remember I used to live in the little city called Linwood, which was right next to Compton in California. Remember we had a couple of cousins and aunts and uncles that lived there, and then they kind of got a little bit they started moving out because it was somewhat a little dangerous, probably more dangerous than what I remember it being.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I remember one of my aunts opened up like a dress store in Linwood, and her cousin came, and I remember I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, you want to go walk into like McDonald's or something? Like I'll go buy you some food." I had money, I can't remember how, and then he didn't want to go, and his answer was like, "Oh no, I'm not going over there. Dude, it's too ghetto for me over there."
Dang.
Yeah, and it was really funny though because we lived in the same area, but then it got a little bit too street for him. Uh, but I mean, I looking back, I also wouldn't want to live over there again, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't want to live in the hood. I've already done that enough times. But
Yeah, I remember when I
I'll be in the
when
DC streets delivering food to different businesses. That's what I mean. Not actually doing street activities.
nah, dude, we do jaywalking here. We I'm I'll sell loose popsicles wherever I can. I'll I'll do whatever I can. But no. It was what was the other thing too is that we used to when you were little, did you ever go like walking from like did you guys walk a lot when you were younger?
Yeah, all the time.
Like what you guys do? Like just go to from store to store or to the mall or like what?
Yeah, well, I grew up in this place called Bowie. It's in Maryland. It's a pretty nice like suburban city, right? It's kind of divided into sections. And
Hmm.
before we had our mall, which is kind of like an outdoor mall, we used to walk to like Giant, Pizza Hut, um, 7-Eleven.
Dude, we used to go walking to Little Caesars all the time. Just pick
Yeah,
up pizza, and walk with it back home.
that's what you do in the neighborhood, man. Good times.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just be walking everywhere.
Yeah, just walk to your friend's house, go to the store. Like I used to love walking to Pizza Hut because they had
Hmm.
the Neo Geo machine there, so you could play like
Yeah.
was it all the SNK games and stuff. So you could play like Sam Show. Uh, what else? Was it King of Fighters? Fun times, man.
All the Yeah, I definitely do miss that. Um, definitely that's the one thing I miss from living in like a really like populated city. It's just you can. I was a big fan of that, and if I when I lived in Houston, like if I was close enough, I would ride my bicycle. Granted, I didn't have a car, but I would just ride my bicycle or just sometimes just walk to Starbucks and just hang out there for a while and then just head back home.
Yeah, those were good times,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely miss that. But how's your week going?
Oh, my week has been good, man. I went and got like the best chicken sandwich I ever had from this place called Golden Skillet.
Popeyes.
No, not Popeyes. But man, that shit was delicious. I had like two of them. They were so good, man. I wish they would have had
Golden
tomatoes on the sandwich,
skillet.
but you know,
Tomatoes.
yeah, I like tomatoes, lettuce, a little bit of
Well,
mayonnaise.
actually, what kind of chicken sandwich was it? Like, is it grilled, fried, like
It's
chicken
fried.
strip, fried? Yeah,
Yeah,
tomatoes. I don't know about that.
dog. If I have lettuce, I want tomatoes. They had lettuce on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, where the tomatoes at? You're like, we don't have tomatoes. I'm like, okay, well, that sucks, but it's still a very good sandwich, man. Golden
yeah,
Skillet,
but
I love y'all.
but I wouldn't. I would not fuck with. I don't like I don't like mayonnaise all that much. I don't fuck with mayonnaise.
Dude, you only need a little bit. Like too much
I
mayonnaise
do
will kill
not,
something. You just need a little bit.
dude. Every time I go to McDonald's and I order a chicken sandwich, I tell them no mayonnaise. I get PTSD flashes to them, like just fucking putting fucking
Oh
mayonnaise all over the
yeah.
goddamn sandwich.
You don't want that.
No, seriously, fuck that. That's one of the reasons why I don't eat it anymore. Is because I used to like these the spicy McChickens. I don't think they sell them anymore. At least at this McDonald's, they don't sell them. But the spicy McChickens, but then they would put so much fucking mayonnaise on it.
Yeah. I can't.
It ruins it.
Did I do anything else cool this week? I played a bunch of Dead by Daylight. I got drunk and played some Dead or Alive 6. I need to start playing some other games, but yeah. It's
I
just
mean,
been a
those are like
pretty
junk
average
food
week.
games.
Yeah, they are.
Those are like your comfort games.
They are. So I haven't been doing
Funny
like
though.
too much. Still been working out, which is good.
That's good. Yeah, dude. Yesterday I went to a pool party with some close family members. It was my first time going to a pool in a very long time, and I was
Mm-hmm.
teaching some of the kids how to swim because for anyone that doesn't know, I was a swim instructor for like 7 years. I know how to fucking swim. I know how to teach people how to swim, dude. I taught literally every age group you can think of at this pool that I worked at for like 7 years. We're talking prenatal, preschool, um, fucking regular school, elementary age, whatever, teens, young adults, old fucking people.
Dang.
Yeah, I taught every age group. Anyway, yeah, I was teaching these kids how to swim and I was treading water. Do you know what treading is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it's like when you stay, for you guys that don't know, treading water is when you stay in one area
Yeah, you just stay
without,
afloat.
yeah, you just stay afloat. Some people don't know how to do it. It's not as hard as it sounds. It really is more of a activity that you can do if you kind of just relax yourself and just do almost natural body movement. You can almost kind of just do it by like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyway, I was doing that while holding like three kids and moving them around and doing all this stuff and just like spinning and doing this and doing that. And after 2 hours, I was fucking tired. I was so goddamn tired.
Oh yeah. You use a lot of movement with swimming, man. You will be sore.
Yeah, I wish I had my own lap pool in the backyard.
Yeah, swimming's always
Because
fun though. I miss swimming. I haven't been swimming this summer.
my workout resume when I had it was I would go to a 24-hour fitness, lift weights for like 30 or 40 minutes, then go swimming afterwards for about another 30 or so minutes. And then when I was done with that, go into the hot tub for about 10 minutes and then go into the sauna for about 15 or so minutes.
Hell yeah. Oh, someone's at my door. Hold up.
Oh yeah.
Gotta let him in. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. All right. Rich is currently leaving. He's standing up. Someone's at his door. It could be a spy. It could be an assassin. It could be almost anybody. We don't really know. For all we know, Sonic the Hedgehog has come into his house, infiltrated him to see if he could do voiceover work for his next game. But Rich walks over there, cautiously, very tired, not a care in the world, still thinking about this chicken sandwich that he got with tomatoes and a little bit too much mayonnaise. And he's walking, and his teeter-tottering. He's stepping, moving back and forth. His his dreadlocks? They're not braids, they're dreadlocks. His dreadlocks just swishing and swashing. And then he gets the package. He brings it back to his room. He doesn't. He's carrying it right now. He doesn't know what's in it. Threw it into the bathroom. Picked it up. Putting his headphones back on. I gotta stop telling the story. He's gonna kill me.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah. No, I definitely. I just want to say that I definitely miss swimming. I miss having a gym to go work out at.
Yeah.
It's very very annoying not having a gym. So is that was that all for your week?
Yep, that's about it, man. It's just been business as usual. Yeah, it's just
Boring.
regular. Yep. I wish I would did more cool stuff. I mean, good things are coming down the pipeline. I think
That's good.
in terms of games
I mean,
and whatnot.
well, what game are you excited for right now?
Oh, Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yup.
Yeah,
Crash Bandicoot 4.
yeah, those they look pretty good. I'm probably gonna play Tony Hawk. I don't know about Crash Bandicoot.
Hmm.
Yeah, Crash. It's just I used to play a lot when I was younger. It's just not my thing anymore, really.
Oh man, I never got over the platforming genre. I love it.
Uh, I totally did. I even playing Fall Guys. I'm good.
The
I like playing
only
Fall Guys.
I even played shitty platformers like Bubsy and Bubsy 3D. Thank God I like stopped playing them, but yeah, I played those. Gex, another shitty one.
Dude, Gex. Yeah, I remember that. That's
Oh man,
there was Gex and there was another. Wasn't there another Lizard RPG? I just cannot remember at the top of my head.
I don't know. Gex was like the worst. He had the worst
I
puns. He never shut the
I could.
fuck
Oh
up.
yeah, no, never mind. I'm. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, that
Gex.
one. Yeah, and then Conquer's Bad Fur Day was also that one's
Oh
pretty
yeah, I
good.
love Conquer. Yeah, Conquer was really good. Good times. We could have a. They should do a downloadable game for Conquer Live and Reload. That'd be tight.
Yeah, but Conquer's Live and Reloaded is just so. Oh sweet, I can actually hold up. I need to do something right now. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, Conquer's Live and Reloaded was man. That was such a weird game that they decided to make.
Yep.
It went from like, oh, Microsoft was like, we bought Rare. Conquer's Live and Reloaded now. And then the story was really cool because it was just a whole redo of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the what was weird was the multiplayer because it got so redone and turned into a third person class fighter. There was a healer, there was a tank, there was your heavy artillery, there was your like close quarters melee kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
Is very very weird.
It was fun. I like mowing
It,
down the teddies.
the Xbox version of the multiplayer I cannot get into, dude.
I had a lot of fun playing it, man. Good times.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it, man.
On
Like
the
it was
OG Xbox, that big ass system with that big ass controller.
okay. Did you ever play Guilty Gear?
No,
No, not at
nah.
all.
I watched people play it.
Okay. Hold up. Sorry. I just got a confirmation for my credit card. I have a PlayStation credit card. When I buy PlayStation games on it, I get extra points. Anyway, my payment went through, which is cool. It's on a monthly payment plan. But the reason why it's just I got excited right now was just because I had to turn on the PlayStation and just put Guilty Gear to download.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so didn't mean to do that in the podcast, but it's just one of those things where I was like, I'm trying to get this in so I can do something with it later.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
know you were into Guilty Gear.
I like that buddy girl with the guns.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Dude, have you played her before?
No, I
She's very
I'm
she's
not
super super
sure
rad.
if I want to get into Guilty Gear. I should have played the beta, which I fucked up on. I should have did that and like tried it out because I don't know the system, but it looks cool.
Yeah, no, I've been a big fan of Guilty. I remember I had a PSP version of Guilty Gear, um, that I legit couldn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on with it, and I didn't know like I just didn't know anything of it. Like I remember just playing it every now and then. I would do a special. I learned how to do Souls like some of his fire attacks, and
Yeah,
then just legitimately didn't know how to do with that. It's something that I always wanted to get back into. Um, just because I just thought it had cool art style. So that was probably the main reason why, honestly.
yeah, I do like the art style a lot. It's just I haven't seen a character that I just like. I see them and
Dude,
I want to play them. Like I haven't had
see,
that happen with Guilty Gear.
that's so funny because I almost never look at fighting games like that. The only game I ever looked at that was a fighting game that I was really like that with was um, Soul Calibur 2 with Link, and that
Mm-hmm.
was it.
Really?
Yeah, that was the only game that I remember buying specifically because of the guest character. I played
Oh,
with Link, and I was like, Link is super fucking cool. He can do all this cool shit. It's a goddamn shame nobody ever people nowadays won't know how to play with him. But yeah, he's then from Link I learned a little bit of Nightmare, I learned a little bit of Voldo,
mm-hmm.
and that was kind of it. I was sold on Soul Calibur 3 because I was like, oh, it's the next version of it. Bought it. It was for the PS2, whatever. Had corrupted game discs. Had a corrupted game file. The first iteration of the game. Fuck that game. My game got corrupted 3 times.
Dang. Oh,
So
like,
like I was at like the 70% completion mark for the story mode. Just got corrupted. Then it got corrupted again at like the 40% mark.
so what do you buy fighting games based on then?
Usually it's very mechanics based.
The mechanics? Okay.
That's almost 100% it. It's like because I'm looking at my PlayStation now. Hold on. So on this thing, I have Soul Calibur 6 because I really like the way 3D movement feels in that game. And I like that it has a lot of just different characters have different weapons, and I'm a sucker for that shit.
Yeah.
But they also have different ranges.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of that. And so like you could have a character that has a really long range, but because there's a really long range, they're slightly slower, like Astroth. Or you can even have some characters that sometimes break that rule, like Nightmare, really long range, but Nightmare is also really, really fast.
Right.
Like he can actually in Soul Calibur. So in DOA, you know more about DOA than I do. I mean, I make a lot of not even a lot. I make some videos on DOA talking about like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I try and make a joke here and there. Almost of the time I'll make a joke. I'll put it in my little notebook app on my phone, and I'll look at my computer for like an hour and be like, find a way to turn this into a joke. Um, and pray to God that it works out. But in DOA, the, to optimize damage in DOA, you have to do a counter hit or a counter throw or a counter hold.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do a counter strike, usually if it's a regular strike, it'll turn into a launcher, and if it's a launcher strike, it might lead to a stun or something.
Yeah,
But
you pretty much got it.
in DOA, you want to do a launcher and then you want to juggle, and you want to kind of keep on juggling as much as you possibly can. And if the juggle runs out, you want to do some kind of stun reset if possible. If you can't do a stun reset, some kind of environmental damage, and if you can't do that, then your ultimate or a combination of all those three.
Yeah. I mean, you pretty
Okay.
much got it down.
And Soul Calibur, because you don't play Soul Calibur, right? Or if you have, maybe it's very little.
Yeah, I've played plenty of the Soul Calibers, but I never like learned them. Learned them.
Oh, I think you would like Soul Calibur 6 a lot if you haven't played it.
I have it.
Especially now, because they've made a lot of changes that I think they've looked at a couple of 2D fighters. And I'll talk about them a little bit in terms of what they've done. So with Soul Calibur, you can juggle. You can't really juggle all the time though. You can juggle if it's a string dedicated to that specific juggle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's a guaranteed combo, then yeah, sure. But if outside of that, if the combo is not meant to do that, if you're trying to juggle your opponent, because that you won't be able to do it all the time consistently because there is some air control in that game.
Got you.
Yeah, and Soul Calibur has so many defensive mechanics. It's so layered. It's I don't want to go too much into it, but
Yeah.
but from DOA, I like it because it's so hard focused on reads. Like if you can read your opponent, you can just psych him the fuck out. And even if you suck, like me, who drops combos all the time, I drop combos all the goddamn time. Dude. When I'm doing a combo, I'm like Velma from Scooby Doo. I drop it, and I'm like, "Where's my combo?" Um, and and then in Soul Calibur, you can do combos. It's also kind of stun. They do have a stun system with different levels of stuns,
Yeah.
and if you can understand that stun system, you can do a combo, but you can't really do outside of strictly stunning somebody. you'd have to force them into a tech trap. But well, first, what exactly is a tech trap?
But
Because
you,
you actually know what that is. I don't know what that is.
oh, like a frame trap?
Well, a tech trap, frame trap, whatever. What is that? I hear it all the time, but I legit don't really know what it means.
Oh, it's pretty simple. It's just, if I do like a plus move, usually a move that's like +4,
Hmm.
and then I just do an attack immediately. If you hit any kind of button, I'm at an advantage, so I get the combo or the plus frames.
Okay. What if you don't hit any button?
Then it's not a frame trap. I mean, it is. It's still a frame trap. You just didn't fall for it.
Okay. So you're betting on a counter on your opponent misplaying. You're
Yeah,
you're basically betting on them mashing buttons for the most part because that's just your natural instinct.
yeah.
Okay. So Soul Calibur has a lot of like that.
No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then Soul Calibur in DOA the stuff is very frame specific in the sense of what you can do when you can do it. Like you can do a hold, the hold has to be done certain frames within the strike being done. If it's a just frame hold, which means it's framed, you do the perfect frame timing. It tends to do a little bit more damage. I think it's like 20% more damage or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but in Soul Calibur, you can do a guard impact, which is pretty generous with its window timing. Um, you can do attacks where they're very if you do it at the right frame, if you do it frame specifically correct, then it can do additional damage or it comes out even faster than normal.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with throws. You can do a perfect frame throw where it perfect frame throw I think is unblockable actually.
Dang.
um
Oh, you
you
can't
can
tech out
do
of
a
it.
Yeah, you won't be able to if it's a perfect frame throw, I believe. um you can do but and you can do but in DOA, throws are what, 5 frames or something like that.
Yeah, neutral throws 5 frames. If it's a
And
grappler, it's 4. Yeah.
in DOA you can only grab in neutral, which means that your opponent actually has to not be doing anything because once they start a strike animation, unless it's a strike that they can lose to a throw, which is usually like a slower, riskier strike that a button might have to be held down or something, um, the throw won't go through.
Yeah.
So if you do a strike and they do a punch, the throw won't go through, even if you did the throw prior to the strike animation. The strike is designed to beat out the throw. That's the triangle system.
Yep.
And Soul Calibur, as long as you can just grab them, it's good. You're good. You're good all the time. You just walk around them, just grab them, just go around, just grab them, just grab them. Just, as long as it beats out the frames, they don't have to be a neutral. Just grab them.
Yeah. So it's like Tekken. I get you.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know if Tekken's like that, but I mean, well, they're both made by Bandai Namco, so yeah, I
It's
guess
the
so.
same thing.
Yeah, and then but the one thing that Soul Calibur did add from a lot of 2D fighters, which I'm a big fan of, is So did you ever play any anime fighters?
Yeah, I played a few like Blade Blue
Which
Cross
ones?
Tag Battle.
Cross Tag Battle. What do anime fighters have that other 2D fighters do not have?
Like chain combos, basically.
What's that?
It's like where you just kind of go A B C to like a combo instead of like one frame links where it's like specific timing.
Yeah, but they also have a lot of those characters tend to have gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Soul Calibur 6, one thing I do like, a really big change that I am personally a big fan of because it differentiates every character so much more,
Mm-hmm.
is they have given way more gimmicks to almost every single character. And not only have they given more gimmicks to almost every single character, whatever gimmicks the character used to have, they've kind of refined them a little bit. And they've made them better. Like when Juan, what's his name? Juanmaru, the guy from Samurai Showdown, the samurai.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like when he was released in Soul Calibur 6, they made it with Mitsurushi.
Mitsurugi.
Mitsurugi. In my mind, I was thinking Mitsurugi and Mitsubishi at the same time. They made it so that Mitsurugi, after he does his special, for a certain time after his special, like he's in like this like this heated up anger mode where his arms are glowing with fire and he just does more damage.
Nice.
With Astaroth, he's got his like perfect frame throws. He's got these things called revenge moves, which are armor attacks that if your opponent hits them, then they can lead to a lethal hit, or they just become stronger than what they are. Um,
Yeah, I saw one chick. I think her name is like Amy. She throws like roses.
oh yeah, Amy. Yeah, Amy. She throws these roses, and she can change between like red and blue roses, and they do some other stuff. Also, that chick, 15 years old. Amy's 15 years old.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
cool.
she's she is a lowly
That's fine. I just said she's a chick. I mean, she's a fighting game
dude, dude,
character.
dude, dude. Uh, Soul Calibur community argues about her age all the time.
I don't care about any of these characters' ages. I'm not trying to date
Dude,
them.
Astaroth, that big grappler, dude,
Yeah.
7 years old. So I don't even want you talking about
Oh
him.
no. 7 years old. No.
He just got made.
Just a little
He's
more.
exactly. He's what you call them test tube babies.
First of all, that game has freaking Valdo in it. Valdo is like straight up nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So but so then Nightmare and Siegfried.
Hmm.
It's cool because Nightmare and Siegfried. One thing I really liked as the games progress is that like they're like two halves of the same. Well, originally they were two halves of the same character. If you go back into Soul Calibur, they used to be the same character,
Yeah, I
and then
remember.
they split. And then Nightmare is like the more aggressive form. Siegfried is also way more stance based. They both have stances, but Siegfried is more stance based, and Nightmare is way more aggro.
Yeah.
In this game, Soul Calibur 6, they made it so after you take a certain amount of hits with Siegfried, your arm starts glowing, and you can do certain counter attacks. With Nightmare, after you do certain energy, after you do certain like, I think the game calls them like negative energy attacks or something like that.
Hmm.
He gets like a proto Soul Calibur, I mean Soul Charge state, which means that he has access to some of his Soul Charge moves. And
Gotcha.
as the game has progressed, they've how can you differentiate between these two states, between these two characters? They've made it a lot more clear, and they've also the game. One thing I like is that with the open, with the development team being way more open with the fans, and I attribute that to Soul Calibur 6 doing very good in the tournaments because the tournament players they're constantly tweeting at Okubo for better or worse.
Hmm.
Sometimes they bother him with some stupid fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I think
But
Bandai Namco does a good job of like listening to their fans.
yeah, it's that when it comes to Dragon Ball Fighters, and then they're just like, nah, you get seven Goku, son.
Well, I
Seven.
mean, people love Goku, so I mean, that's kind of is it. If you make a Dragon Ball game, you're gonna have multiple Gokus. That's just how it is. It's Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
man.
people love Goku, but I mean, it would also be cool if they could. Do you know if you're gonna put Goku in there, go really out there, get like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, something just fundamentally different.
Yeah.
Um, but not. I hate it when games use the same character model. That's why I fucking hate Phase 4.
Oh, yeah.
The idea of using the same character model bothers the shit out of me. Granted, in Soul Calibur 6, Siegfried and Nightmare, if you take all their clothes off, it's the same character model. But hey, one has a big fucking arm. You know,
Yeah,
it's real easy to differentiate them.
I remember when Soul
Oh
Calibur was freaking Soul Edge. Good
yeah,
times.
I don't remember that. It did have a cool intro song though.
Yeah,
It's
Soul
what
Edge was
everyone seems to
sick.
remember from it.
I had fun
But
playing that.
so the last thing before I move on to Soul Calibur, because I've been talking about it way more than I planned on to, is that they've implemented a lot of these. So Sasalamel, the only black dude in Soul Calibur,
Mm-hmm.
uh, who's really fucking cool too, because if you look at his backstory, maybe he's been around since Egyptian times or whatever, but his backstory is actually really dope. He's almost like the arbiter of time or something like that.
Yeah, and he can't die or something like that.
Yeah. Um, so I really like Sasalamel. I love the way he talks. And I wish he was voiced by Keith David. I really do. Um,
Oh, Keith David, my man.
Uh, Shout out to Saints Row 4, where Keith David evolves from being a voice to an actual character. Um, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But so anyway, Sasla Mel, his gimmick is, and I don't know how long ago you played Soul Calibur 6, but next time you try it, check out Sasla Mel because they gave him in one of the updates, they gave him a projectile, so he just has it now. His gimmick when the game launched was that he had these curses where the more you would hit an opponent, the more they would get like these little, I don't know, purple fire things floating around them.
Mm-hmm.
And once they have one of those, you can do this ability where you stop time and for like half a second. But the more of these little energy balls, I think the max you could have on them was three. The longer you can hold time for. So if you're into juggling, if you're into a long ass combo, you can make huge advantage with that. You do
Nice.
your combo, extend, slow down time, just reset your combo, just keep on going. Um, but the cool thing is that hey, they gave him projectile, so now if the projectile hits, it's another way to get those little ember things on them. Not only that, but then they made it easier to know what attacks give you the embers. They've made it easier to know to your opponent know when he's got stuff on him. I like a lot of the quality of life changes that they made to Soul Calibur 6. I wish they would do that to other fighting games. And I wish that with Soul Calibur 6, something that they did is that they took a lot of lessons from Tekken, they took a lot of lessons from 2D fighters, and they just kind of applied them all in there, and I like that a lot.
Dude.
But yeah, that's go check out Soul Calibur 6 if you haven't, guys. It's a fun game. You know, it's cool. But yeah, Guilty Gear, cool.
Yeah, I mean, Bandai Namco, they're like the top dogs of the fighting games right now. You can't stop them.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Fighters that was published by Bandai Namco,
Mm-hmm.
but Arc Sys worked on it, right?
Yeah, but Arc Systems like developed it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I was always confused on.
Yeah, but
But
that's like a great time to be a fan because like Tekken 7 has had such a good lifespan, and they just keep getting new seasons just because the fans keep buying the game and supporting it. Like I never played
which
Tekken before. I mean, I played it, but I never took it seriously. Then I ended up getting Tekken 7, so that like speaks to how good the game is, man. It's crazy.
yeah, it's cool. It's funny because like people really like Tekken 4, Tekken 5, and then when they had to make the jump to the 360 and the PS3 era, Tekken was like the games were getting reviewed well, but people were not playing them as much, and it just seemed like Bandai Namco was struggling with how to get that IP out there.
Yeah, but
Because when the PS3 launched, it was like 2 years later or a year later they released Tekken 5, the online version,
yeah,
and then way down the line they released Tekken 6, which was like an actual, um, which was an actual like PS3, Xbox 360 actual game title.
yeah, that was popular. I remember I watched a lot of Tekken 6 tournaments. It was really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it was really popular. But I mean Tekken 7 is just in terms of like putting your game out there and letting it grow, letting it foster a community, and then kind of letting that community see where that game leads them, and then also reaching out to them for feedback. They've done a really good job of that.
Yeah, they done an amazing job, and like they started a whole like it spawned like what is it the Pakistan scene like Arslan Ash when he came onto the scene. No one knew like there was a whole fighting game scene like Pakistan. That was crazy.
um but the other thing too is that a lot of those whatever development secrets they had like implemented to Soul Calibur 6, because Harada did help. He did help make Soul Calibur 6. They used a lot of what was making um, Tekken 7 really popular, and you can tell because originally Soul Calibur 6 it sold a little bit better than, not a lot, but a little bit better than Bandai Namco wanted it to, and originally it did not have a season 2 schedule.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
shows
so
how well they did it because I don't think Tekken 7 was supposed to have a season 2 either. But since the game just kept doing so well, it was like, fuck it, let's keep going. Now they got
Yeah.
season
Well,
3. I think they're on like season 4 now, something like that.
I think so. Season 4, season 5. But well, to go right from right there and jump into the gaming news. Well, Street Fighter, they announced season, what was it, season 5 or season 6 for Street Fighter 5?
Yeah, I think they're on 5. I think so. Yeah, the last
Yeah,
couple characters. This is the last season.
but well, the thing is that the last season, the update with Gil, yeah, season 5. The update with Gil, that was supposed to be the last season.
Mm-hmm.
So, um I don't know what's going on with Street Fighter 6. Some people assume that it's having development turmoil, but I mean, the last update was supposed to be the last the last season for it, and then they sold the championship edition, but they just got a new season now.
Yeah.
And it kind of just goes to show you how, you know, there's, I don't want to say it's the right way. I don't want to say it's the right way because I don't like the way Capcom does a lot of their stuff, their fighting game stuff.
Hell
But
yeah.
there's a community there that's definitely willing to pay money for extending the life of a fighting game.
Yeah, they monetized Street Fighter 5 to shit, and it just really pissed me off. Like it was horrible. Just the whole
I remember,
Street Fighter 5 arc just pisses me off thinking about it.
yeah, I mean the game launched super bare bones, and then they got the story out, and then when they were making the story, they wanted the story to cater to the Western audiences because Japan did not want a story, or at least the Japan Capcom division did not want a story. And
Yeah.
then they launched the story. It was an okay story, um, and then on top of that, they started adding season 1 and 2 weren't really all that well received.
Mm-hmm.
It started getting received well during season 3. During some of their official online, they started putting ads in some of their online gameplay.
Yeah, they put ads on their clothes. That was so scummy. I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
It's too far. Way too far.
yeah, and fighting games. I don't know how hard they are to make, but in terms of just balancing, it doesn't seem like they're as hard as certain other games when it comes to balancing. It's not like you're making a battle royale game and you're changing the map literally every season.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
you keep the same stages, you keep the same characters. You might release a few costumes for them, but even the costumes, I can't imagine they're crazy difficult to make if modders make them and put them out for free all the time
I would
using the same
imagine
tool
not, but it's
that they're
just
in the game.
you had to buy like all the costumes. You had to buy the music, the stages. It's just too much, man. Too fucking much.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Street Fighter. I've never really been a fan of Street Fighter. I liked there was I had the Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter Alpha. I think Street Fighter Alpha 1 for the PS1. I liked that one. It was one that had Sakura in it.
Yeah, yeah. Sakura. That's when she started showing up in the Alpha series.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then I also liked one of the one of the SNK versus Capcom games.
they were
Um,
awesome,
yeah, I was really happy Zero wasn't one of them. Not only was it Zero, but it was Zero from Mega Man Zero, the Game Boy Advance games.
dude. Like those games were so fucking good back then. They were just full games. Now it's like I don't know with Capcom. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they're they have divisions within the company that makes plenty of money, like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil,
Yeah, Devil May
um,
Cry. They make
Devil
some
May
good fucking
Cry.
games.
Yeah, and then they just shit the bed with some of their other
Which I
properties,
don't get because like Street Fighter 4
like
was
Mega
so
Man.
good and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was also really good. And then it's just like Street Fighter 5. It's annoying. And everyone has fucking V Trigger, which is like 30 seconds of hell. It's
And then
just
also
annoying.
Marvel, and there was also Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah. Which they took out the assists. Why would you do that? It's like, that's one thing we love. They
Yeah,
gave us
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm
Infinity
looking at
Stones.
on the PS4 right now. It is $40 for the standard edition.
Ew.
Damn. The deluxe edition is $60. I don't even know what it comes with though.
Yeah, because literally everyone hated it, so they went to go play Dragon Ball Fighters because that's the better Marvel game.
Yeah. Only problem with Dragon Ball Fighters is the neck. I mean, Japanese games in general just have shitty net code.
Yeah, they talked about it, that round table thing. Hopefully, things get better going forward.
Oh, I don't know. I think that roundtable. I think they're gonna get better in 5 years. I
Mm,
can't imagine them making any immediate changes.
Not now, but hopefully in the future with this new generation.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Capcom has Lost Planet, Onimusha. I totally forgot about that.
That's a throwback now.
Yeah, they have the Mega Mans, which they don't do shit with those.
Strider.
Strider, which totally forgot about that. Um, Damn, what else is there? Resident Evil, lots of Resident Evil, a lot of Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's actually a cool skin for Mega Man in MVCI. Actually, other Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite skins are pretty good. Actually,
Yeah, if you want to pay for them.
I mean they're not bad though. They're actually not bad.
So what's
They
this
definitely.
Xbox thing?
Um, oh, the Halo got delayed.
Yeah, so it's launching with no exclusives.
No, I don't know if there's gonna be an exclusive a month after, but
God
that's
damn,
right now. As far right now,
Xbox.
no.
Dang.
I mean, I don't know. Like I personally don't really care too much for launch titles.
If they're
It does
good,
talk.
I care about them.
I mean, the only system I know that had like good launch titles, I think, was I think Nintendo 64. Well, the Nintendo 64 launched with Mario 64.
Yeah. GameCube.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, okay. So Nintendo 64, good launch titles, and also Xbox 360. Honestly, I think that was it for me. Like I was like,
Yeah, I remember GameCube
I've been
had it because
unimpressed.
it had like Luigi's Mansion and like at least two other games I think that were actually really, really fucking good. But yeah, 360 was
Awesome.
fire. They launched with was a Need for Speed Underground, not Underground, but Most Wanted. Perfect
Yeah,
Dark was
they
kind
had
of fun. I can't think of anything else. I think Madden.
Project Gotham Racing
Oh yeah,
when Microsoft was still doing that thing.
Project Gotham, good stuff.
Yeah, which I don't know what the fuck happened to that IP.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it went on the Zune because I remember I had a Zune HD and it kept getting advertised on there. Actually, I think it might have come with my Zune HD, but that was it.
Yeah, I remember I got the PS4 launch. I think I had like Killzone, Assassin's Creed, but I didn't really get like super hyped until like Infamous came out. Then it was like, all right, Infamous is this is great. I like this.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I've never really been impressed with console launch titles. If I'm being perfectly honest, it sucks for the people that are that wanted that experience. It sucks
Yeah.
for them because
Oh,
they sure as hell aren't getting it now.
yeah. But this
But yeah,
Suicide Squad game, ooh,
yeah. So Rocksteady, the people that made Arkham, the Arkham games, they're making a Suicide Squad game where I think they're supposed to assassinate Superman. I don't know. I mean,
mm,
Superman's on the cover. It's
it
kind of
looked
all they've
like
released.
it could have been
Was that image?
Bizarro, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Bizarro, or I mean, it could be also just alternate universe Superman from those Injustice games. I have no idea.
I'm excited because the Arkham games are great, and now that Rocksteady has a whole squad on them, like we can take
I
control of
never,
Deadshot, Harley Quinn. It's gonna
I
be
never
sick,
played the
man.
Arkham games.
You didn't play the Ark?
I didn't,
Oh man, they
no,
were
I didn't even
good.
really see the Suicide Squad movie, so I don't. I the only the Suicide Squad movie I did watch was that animated one that
Yeah,
came out like I think like
dude,
2012.
watch the animated ones. They're fucking
That's no
fire.
that Yeah, the Suicide Squad animated movie. I saw that. I had it actually on Blu-ray because I
Was it?
really liked it.
There's one
Um,
Assault on Arkham, and then there was like Hell to
I saw
Pay.
on Arkham.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, the beginning was really weird because I was like, why the fuck are they chasing these guys that name themselves after chess pieces? Yeah. No, that I totally I really liked that movie. Like I said, I had it on Blu-ray because I watched it a lot and it has a really good plot twist halfway through there.
Yeah, that's
And
what people don't understand about DC because they always expect DC movies to be like amazing, but if you watch their animated movies are like amazing. They're like 9 out of 10s.
most of them are. Some of them are. I don't like some of them.
Dog, most of them shits are very entertaining.
Yeah,
Like
like I said,
Flashpoint.
yeah, Flashpoint was pretty good. I
Yeah,
saw that one.
what was it? Apocalypse War.
Yeah, I
Justice League
don't
Dark. It's a bunch of them. They're really good stuff.
Justice League Dark. I didn't really like that one. Um, Assault on Arkham. I think it's still the one of the better ones. That
Yeah,
one. I
it's
mean,
very good.
I just think that one is just really really good. The other one that I really liked was Under the Red Hood. I thought that was really good.
Oh yeah.
Um, if
Come
you know
on.
what the story about the Red Hood, then it sucks because if you're like, that's how I kind of got introduced to that character was through that movie. So the story was super strong with me. But if you already know who that character is, then there's no real point in watching the movie unless you just want to see an animated version of that.
Yeah, you just want to
That
watch Jason Todd do some crazy shit. That's my guy. He's like my favorite Batman character.
God damn it, you're ruining the movie, Rich.
I don't care. Everyone's seen it now. If you don't know who freaking Jason Todd is,
You're
like,
ruining the
come
movie.
on. How have y'all
You're
not
ruining,
seen this yet?
ruining the movie.
Oh well, it's gonna be ruined.
Um, no, those are the ones I had a few. I remember I had a few other ones. I just can't remember them at the top of my head. But the one that really sticks out, once again, I said it already, but Assault on Arkham, I just thought was really, really, really well done.
Yeah, the last Justice League Dark, which was pretty much just every DC character ever going to fight Apocalypse. That shit was nuts. Like mad characters died. It was raw. It was mad raw.
Oh, cool! On Amazon, there's a two movie DC film collection where you can get Suicide Squad and Batman Assault on Arkham, which is cool if you want to watch that.
Hell yeah. Those movies are great.
Uh, yeah, no, I didn't see that Suicide movie Squad movie. I saw parts of it, and I was just like, "This is really." It just seemed a little bit weird.
It's weird. It's slightly entertaining. Harley Quinn was kind of entertaining, but I mean, you know what you're getting into when you watch them.
I like the part where Joker and like his minions they're in like a building and they're having like a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
I like that part because I liked what all his like minions were wearing, like just
It's
ridiculous outfits and stuff. I do like that. I like the idea of a gangster like a street Joker, but I don't know. There was also that show, The Batman, which had like a really like weird Joker too, where he was like in one of those crazy suits.
yep. I remember that.
Yeah, and he had like dreadlocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or he
Yeah,
had
that
like
was a really
long
cool version of the
hair.
Joker too. Yeah, that was a really cool. I like that Joker a lot. And then as the series progresses, he kind of gets more like I don't know about street smart, but more definitely starts getting grooming himself a little bit more. But that was a really cool Joker I really liked.
Yeah, the thing I don't get is like they can do all of these anime movies and series so well, but they can't do their movies as well as they do, which is
Because
so
they rush
strange to
them.
me.
They rush them. It's just they're looking for money to earn on their quarterlies, so they rush them, which they shouldn't rush them, but they do, and you end up getting with Suicide Squad would probably have been a good movie if it had like 6 months or a year more so that they can finish editing it.
Yeah, I can
Like
see that. Because
yeah,
Batman versus
the
Superman wasn't all that. It was kind of whatever.
see I like that one, and then I really did like that one. The only thing I didn't like about it was when Lois like they get the kryptonite spear or whatever, and then like she just throws it in the water, and then 15 minutes later she needs it, so she goes to it. Now she's gonna dry. Now, so then Superman needs to go stop her from drowning because
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated
I
that scene because
didn't
I was
like
just like,
that movie that much, which is weird
I
because I
liked it a
liked
lot.
Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was pretty fire.
No, I like Batman versus Superman. Ah, dude, I love like super aggro Batman,
Yeah, and
just running over people and shit.
I'm not even a fan of Superman, but Man of Steel to me was cool. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
Man of
it.
Steel was really cool. I liked it a lot. But yeah, Suicide Squad game. I don't know what influences it's gonna take on based on the Arkham games. I would guess it's probably gonna be influenced more by comics and then the films. Maybe the films might have some kind of influence on how some of the characters look, but I don't know. We'll
I
see what
think it'll
happens.
have an influence on who they choose, but I don't think it's gonna have an influence outside of that. That's about it.
Yeah. And then you put here the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 demo is only gonna be available to people that pre-ordered the digital copy.
Yeah, but I
So
want that game. I can't wait to play it.
when does it come out?
It comes out, I think, later this month, but I can't wait.
Hmm.
Hop on that board and hear that do 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 do. That shit is gonna be so much fun. I hope it has multiplayer too.
Um, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know how. Uh, it's gonna have multiplayer for sure. Uh I hope it's good. I feel like it's just gonna be a super short game, like maybe 4 hours.
It might be, but I'm gonna spend hours on that shit just skating around.
And then I also feel like if you play that game online, you're gonna run into people that are gonna find the meta for getting high points, and then you're just gonna be spamming whatever that is.
Oh, they did that on PlayStation 2 online. I don't know which
Yeah,
Tony Hawk game it was, but yeah, people were insane on that. It was crazy.
yeah. So there's that. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic for it,
Hmm.
but yeah, there's Tony Hawk. Interviews with Tony Hawk about that game though are really cool. And then there's always the running joke of Tony Hawk in his life where people can't seem to recognize him. They always tell him that he looks like Tony Hawk.
Dude, Tony Hawk was like that game was so influential. Just the soundtrack, it like made a lot of
Yeah.
skaters like mainstream.
Um, Go to Tony Hawk's Twitter and take a look at how he's always complaining that people don't recognize him. It's very funny.
That guy.
It's very entertaining. It's like he'll go to a drive-thru like, anyone ever tell you look like Tony Hawk? He's like, yep, all the time.
Hmm. Like skating was
Um,
just the shit when that game dropped. Everyone was skating.
yeah, everybody was skating. Let's see. There's also oh yeah, they announced that Shin Megami Tensei 3 when it gets re-released, the HD version, you can get Dante from the Devil May Cry series for $9.
Nice. I know he was a
So
guest fight in that game, so now you can use him.
I have no idea what the dude. I had that series. I know shit about it. All I remember was seeing a Game Informer magazine where it showed his picture on like the page where they were showing that game, and I was like, that is really cool, and that is it.
Yeah, if I
And
remember
then
right, he was a boss fight in that game.
and and not only that, but it also had the little sticker on the box that said featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and thus the meme was born. That's all I know about that. I don't know shit about Shin Megami Tensei.
uh, I know Shin Megami Tensei fans are like kind of at war with Persona fans. It's just kind of funny.
There was. Never mind, I'm not gonna talk about it. Maybe later.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So the Shin Megami Tensei. There's the other thing. Hyperscrape, for anyone who doesn't know, is a new battle royale game. It's entering season 1. I just put it on there because I might try it out. It is free to play for now. Um, it's a futuristic battle royale. I don't know if it's going to be good, but people say it borrows a lot from Overwatch. It takes a lot from it learns a lot of lessons from other battle royale games, and
Hmm.
I'm always down for games that learn from other games.
Yeah, I watched Lone Wolf play it. It looked kind of good. It looked interesting.
Yeah, I was playing Overwatch earlier, and I was like, I like Overwatch. I still like playing it. I just wish I wish people weren't so toxic in that game. And I like the way Hyperscrape is looking. Well, the only thing that makes me nervous is Ubisoft and how they're gonna want to monetize it. But other than that, it looks great.
Yeah, I wish I was more into battle royales, but I never got into that wave.
D- Dude, if you played Apex with me, I'm telling you, you'd be a pro.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to play Apex.
Well, see, that's not with that attitude. See, that's
Exactly.
the problem right there.
It
You have a
is.
shitty attitude.
I do.
See, I never got into Mister. I never got into battle royales. Hey, do you want to try battle royale? Nah, fuck that.
Nope. Mm-mm.
It's like dude, I never got into Street Fighter. Oh, hey, would you like to play Street Fighter? No, fuck that.
Yup.
That's so dumb.
It is.
Let's see like I said, I'm hopelessly optimistic about it. And then the other thing over here that I have is that Apple is picking a lot of fights with a lot of different companies.
Oh God.
Um, so right now, Apple is facing lawsuits potentially from. Well, they're definitely going to face a lawsuit from Epic, but they're also potentially going to face a lawsuit from Xbox and Facebook Gaming. So Apple banned Fortnite because. Do you want to take a guess?
They couldn't own it.
I mean, Apple probably wants to own everything, so yeah. But it was actually because Fortnite was selling some V-Bucks, and if you bought them through Fortnite's system, I think it was like $6.99 or $7.99. But if you wanted to use like Apple's system, it was like $2 or $3 more expensive.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So and so Fortnite was undercutting Apple, and so this is gonna. But this fight of Apple versus Epic, that's gonna affect all developers, however that pans out. What is crazy is that Fortnite put out a video like literally the day after, which means that they were one expecting a lawsuit, and two they got their animators to work on this video and just dropped it like they knew what was going to happen,
Sheesh.
which is to me wild. And it's that's the craziest thing about that is that to me the craziest thing about is this video. And this video parodies Apple's own commercial from the 80s from 1984, where they were saying that they were the underdog and all the other OSs, operating systems, were going to kind of brainwash the world.
That's funny.
So it's very this is a multi-layered and very ironic suit. I would assume that they're going to settle their differences because both of these companies probably don't want the lawsuit. But if there is, then whatever comes out of this, it's going to affect more than just Epic. It's going to affect how different app developers can monetize their stuff. Now,
People.
Apple versus Xbox.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's about?
No.
So Xbox has this little thing called xCloud. Do you know what xCloud is?
Yeah, you can play games off of that.
Yeah, you can play games off of that. The problem with that is that Xbox just recently announced that it's going to be a part of their Game Pass or game their Game Pass plus Gold Ultimate or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so what that means is that you can play Xbox games on your iPhone. The problem with that is that Xbox does not want to allow this. I mean, Apple does not want this app to go on their phone unless Microsoft individually catalogs every single game that's going to take advantage of this benefit, which you would assume is almost every game on the Xbox platform.
Yeah.
So they would have to put every game for the Xbox platform up for submission on the Apple Store.
Mm-hmm. Would not be surprised.
But the problem with that is that is so many games. Like you gotta That's everything from Farm Simulator to the HD port of Blinks or something.
Jeez.
Like everything that was ever released for the Xbox One, anything that could take advantage of this software,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have to submit everything individually instead of which makes no sense because you already have the ESRB kind of rating these games for the most part. So I mean, these things are already going through some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? A review process. So
Yeah.
then they're gonna have to get re-reviewed in the Apple platform. And then the thing with Facebook, do you know what Apple versus Facebook is?
No.
God damn it, Rich. You need to read. So Facebook versus Apple versus Facebook. So like 10 years ago, Facebook was making the initiative to put games on their Facebook website.
Yes.
Okay, I never played any of those games. I thought it
Hell
was always dumb.
no. Definitely didn't.
Uh, you know what they should have put on there? That Teen Titans fighting game that was on the Cartoon Network website. If they put that on there, I probably would have played it.
No, they had all
But
those annoying fake ass spyware games. But continue.
no, no, exactly. They were some of them were definitely spyware. So with the Apple versus Facebook stuff. So Facebook gaming live streaming software is started by Facebook. Um, I don't know if it's good or bad, but Facebook is making a big push for it. They just recently consolidated some Mixer streamers onto Facebook Gaming, and then Facebook also took some assets from Mixer. I don't know exactly what those things are, but hey, that's the thing that's happening. So, what does that mean? Well, the Facebook Gaming app, which you need to look at, which you need to download to watch Facebook streamers outside of the website, that is they're it's kind of stupid, but Apple is telling Facebook that they cannot have that app up unless they remove their games from the app.
What? Okay.
And to begin with, I don't know why Facebook decided to put those Facebook games on the app. It's very I don't know. This one seems like the stupidest out of all of them.
So Apple was just going around to different people and just like, hey, you need to comply with our shit. I don't care about your shit, but get your shit together so it can go on our shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Damn,
This,
Apple.
yeah, they're just this all happened within the last like week and a half or so.
Man, Apple needs to be taken to court for releasing these expensive ass computers that have shitty specs. That's what they need to be
that
fined for.
that you cannot upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
My laptop, I get that you can't upgrade it. I get it, man. But I don't understand why
That shit was
you
so
should buy a
whack.
4,000, 5,000, 6,000, $10,000 Apple computer
That looks like a
that
tube that
it, that
can't
in
do
2 years,
shit.
yeah. And then because it's a tube, the form factor isn't the best for getting air out of the system,
Yeah,
so
or
it overheats.
fucking cheese grater.
Yeah, it's Apple's weird. I've never been a fan of Apple. I've always found their products to be way too restrictive for my liking, and I've never been a fan of the Apple thing. The only thing I like about Apple is that I think they pushed the podcast format, which is what we're doing, to its logical conclusion, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, that's
But
great.
that's about it.
But improve your
Yeah.
products, Apple. Show some gamers some love. Put some graphic cards in there, you know.
Um. Oh, that's what. Okay, here we go. I found it. So I was trying to figure out Shin Megami Tensei. Uh, okay, you're gonna laugh at this. So
Mm-hmm.
Shin Megami Tensei. So back to that real story real quick. Sorry, this is legitimately pretty funny. So when I was a young teenager, I had no idea what Shin Megami Tensei was, and I wanted to get into it, but I did not get into it because, do you know why?
Because it was some devil shit.
No, because I got very confused between this other game called Motion Gravure Series Megumi,
Oh, okay.
which which was a game about watching Japanese idols on the beach and stuff. And I legit got very nervous and thought I would order the wrong thing online, and just decided to fuck this game series altogether. Here, I'll send you a picture of. I'll put a picture of this on the Discord because
Hmm.
I legit thought this and Shin Tensei Megami were the exact same game. Because in my 14-year-old brain, the Megumi and the Megami were way too similar, and I also didn't know what Japanese was, and was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't blame you for that one.
Yeah, no, this was legit a real game. It was called Megumi. Dude, I got this game confused with Shin Megami Tensei so goddamn much.
Hmm.
And I think eventually it moved to other, I want to say there was it became Japanese only, and it moved to a few other consoles. And I just it was one of those things where my prepubescent mind was just very, very nervous that I would do the wrong thing. Because I was just like, this I want the game with Dante, but I don't know where I don't know if this is the game with Dante. This does not look like the game with Dante.
Yeah, it does not look like a game Dante would be in.
Yeah, but no, no, no. And the reason is just the Japanese characters and the Megumi part just confused the shit out of me.
Yep, I can see that.
Um, but but yeah, no. Apple's just picking fights with everybody. I've never been a fan of Apple. Fuck Apple.
Yeah,
Good that they give Microsoft competition, but bad that they want to monopolize everything.
hell yeah. They're trying to be
Uh,
like Amazon.
yeah. And the last thing here is that Yoshinori Ono leaves Capcom after 30 years.
Oh no.
Oh no, my bad. Well, it doesn't matter. He's gone. He's not gonna come to my house and correct
Uh,
me.
uh,
Uh,
oh no will be missed. I'm not sure how much he did, but he was definitely the face of Street Fighter, and he was definitely helping the pro tour out, which was great.
do you know a lot about this guy or no?
I just know he's involved with the Street Fighter brand. I don't know how
Okay,
long.
for a very long time. But he was really responsible for being the driving force of Street Fighter 4, which got a lot of people into fighting games.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest criticism of him was that he worked his employees too hard, and sometimes he didn't pay them, and then he had to have awkward conversations with Capcom, and he was not a fun person to work.
Which is weird because like his persona in the public eye is always like the fun guy,
Yeah.
and then Harada's
So
like the hard ass.
yeah, which is funny because ironically now it's all backwards,
Yep.
where Harada is the fun guy, and apparently Ono is still he's still the hard ass. The people that work for him had very shitty things to say about him.
Ouch.
Yeah, so since he's leaving, I don't know what that means for the. I don't know if he was involved with Street Fighter 6 at all. Like, I don't know if the rumor is that because he's leaving, that Capcom has to refocus what Street Fighter 6 is, and that's why they're focusing on their new season instead of any kind of detail about whatever Street Fighter 6 is, seeing as how it's been almost 5 years since the release of Street Fighter 5.
Yep. That sounds about right.
So yeah, I mean, he's definitely heavily involved in Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and also some other. I don't know. Prior to Street Fighter 4, I got no fucking clue, man. Y'all can correct me on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But but he's with him leaving, I can imagine that Street Fighter 6 is going to change somewhat. I just don't know by how much, or if it's even at this point going to get released. Because I can totally see a future where they just cancel Street Fighter 6 and just be like, nope, work on Street Fighter 5 forever.
Yeah, I doubt that. I think people want the next iteration. I definitely
If they
do.
really if they release a Street Fighter 6, what would you want from it?
More akin to like maybe Street Fighter 4 or 3. The thing I hate about 5 is you had Street Fighter 3, right?
I played some of it, but that's some of it. Like it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that every character has like this whack ass V trigger, and it's just 30 seconds of a powered up mode where you can access more combos and all this shit. I'm like, that's just annoying. Go back to
Well, I mean,
4 and give
that
everyone
sounds like
like better
that's
mechanics.
that sounds like the Soul Charge from Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, it's kind of like Soul Charge, but Street Fighter was never like that. It's like, you know, the kid Yun from 3?
Yeah, I heard that he was super broken in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, so everyone has like his super, the Geninjin thing, and they can just do some what crazy shit for like 30 seconds, which I don't like. I don't like
So in
that
Street Fighter
mechanic.
4, was he the only one that could do that?
Oh no, in 3, pretty
Oh,
much. I mean, Yang has something similar, which is his brother.
yeah.
Um, it might be a couple other characters that have install supers, but it's very limited.
hmm
But I'd like to go back to like 4.
And what was the biggest? Because you're gonna have to educate me a little bit on this. What was the biggest? Like, so outside of V Trigger, was that the only big difference between Street Fighter 4 and 5?
No, there's more. The normals are a little bit different. You had close proximity normals in 4, 5. You don't have those. They do have directional normals, which is cool. That's fine. But that kind of incentivizes you in 4 to like get better in practice. 5, I don't have much of that drive because the combos are easier and it's just kind of more boring. You can't really like let your play style fly so much as it could in 4.
Okay, so it's more. So how fights turn out in Street Fighter 5 versus 4 is like where in 5 they're more primarily driven by whatever the limitations of that character were given.
Yeah. So you have like there's an ideal way to play this character and you kind of want to play towards that. Street Fighter
Yeah.
4, you could play defensive, you could have a balance, you could be oppressive. You had different people like Infiltration's Akuma was not the same Akuma as Tokido's. Wolf Crone's Sea Viper was not the same as Latif's. Like you could tell from their playstyles. In 5, I don't even really give a shit because they're all doing the same optimized combo every time. The same setups, the same shit.
Hmm. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I can imagine people that really like their fighting games, they probably would be pissed off by that.
Yeah,
That
like
sounds like something my cousin said.
you had a lot of more expression in your playstyle in Street Fighter 4, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like you said, that makes a lot more sense. Um, because you usually whenever anyone tells me, "Oh, this is what you want to do with your character all the time," like this is the optimal way to play, I almost always ignore that. I'm like, okay, well, fuck that.
Yeah, because you want to be able to bring your playstyle. I mean, like I play Ayane, right? My Ayane plays way different than Backturn Legends and Killy and Hajin. Hajin likes to play very safe. You know, Backturn Legend likes to get swaggy on offense. Me, I like to just maximize damage where I can. You know, some people more
Yeah,
setup based, and some people like max damage.
yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
We'll see what happens if I don't know, man. In Street Fighter, the new update for Street Fighter 5, they're supposed to bring some. Like, if you look at that trailer, it says that they're supposed to bring some gameplay changes. So,
Yeah, they're supposed
dude,
to have like
maybe
a new defensive mechanic, something like that. I think.
yeah. And then not only that, but I think at the end, whenever they release the third or fourth character, they're gonna make additional gameplay changes. So, they might do something. They might do something that you might end up liking. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the characters that they're adding are cool. Rose is great. I don't know why they added Dan back. Fuck Dan, but
No, I like
Akira,
that,
Akira, very cool. Akira
dude.
from Rival Schools, hell yeah, great pick,
I
great
think
fucking pick.
every game needs to have a joke character, and I think that character needs to be really shitty, super shitty all the time, but have this one absurd broken one mechanic
I
that
just
just makes them into a
I
glass
like
cannon.
Dan, but the idea, the concept of me paying for Dan, not so much. No,
Now, Watch, Dan's gonna come out and everyone's gonna talk about how broken he is. Everyone's gonna be making videos like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dan is broken.
Oh yeah, and Oro is a great ad too. The little chicken man from Third Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him.
Okay, that's good.
But
Yeah,
I
well,
hope Street Fighter 6 just give us more expressive ways to play. I don't want everyone to play the same way like they do in 5.
all right. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, do you have anything else to add, or are we done?
No, I think that's about it. I'm surprised you were
Okay.
able to find this much stuff.
There's always news. You just have to know where to look. Always.
Well, certainly isn't
Always.
IGN.
You can find good stuff there too. Just gotta know where to look. Yeah, you're oh shit. You're we're Gucci. All right. Okay, you guys have a good day. Thanks a lot for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Um Peace out.
Peace out.